You know, when I was in the league as a rookie, I was told the more you can do. The more you can do, the longer you're going to last, and the better your team is. But then as you get older, you turn to a vet, you do less, just naturally. You get paid more to focus on a specific position, and you're just doing one thing for your squad. But given the fact that a lot of these young guys, they didn't have the summer, they didn't have training camp, they didn't have preseason games to prove to the team that they can fill in those spots, fill in those gaps, those spaces that every team has. So if these young fellas don't have the summer to lean on and don't have the knowledge or the experience, the vets are going to have to do that. And that might be a position that some vets are uncomfortable in. Other vets are willing and waiting. I mean, you talk to a guy like Eddie Jackson, who was just on our show and said, I want to play wide receiver. I can do it all. Cooper Kupp, who can throw. Cam Akers, now the running back for the Rams, who also played some QB. So guys are going to have to step up and make plays in different ways than traditional.
I don't know about you guys. I have this almost Pavlovian response to the word cross-train. I'm thinking of Bo Jackson's shoes and Dan and Dave, all the legends of cross-training when that was the thing. And I think it's the thing again now. Exactly what we heard it from McVay. There's an item in Peter King's column this morning where he was in with the Texans, and Bill O'Brien was just gushing about it. He said versatility of positions is a big thing. I've been thinking about it a lot lately. These guys are master planners. They sit around all year, I don't care if they're on vacation in the season, and are wrestling with their brain about what can they do to get an advantage. And maybe I can put this guy here and this guy here. This may be the opportunity for that. Look, the fact of the matter is there was a moment in NFL history where some guys went down and some roster glitches. John Lynch was once doing kickoffs for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Yes, the Hall of Fame finalist safety used to kick off because they had injuries and he could step in and do it. We may see the classic version of Bill Belichick has Troy Brown on defense, or he has Julian Edelman on defense. They have to be ready. And what's fun is, like, look, you don't want to see it happen. You want guys to be healthy, but there's an element of excitement of we know so-and-so was a college running back converted now to safety, and they're going to give him some carries at running back. So they will all be ready. The coaches are absolutely Greco-Romany in this thing in their head about how they're going to make it happen. And just because you're a cornerback doesn't mean you cannot be a wide receiver at the drop of a hat. All hands on deck this year.
Yeah, and I think some of the players are going to have to put on additional hats to the point where they might have to help out on the coaching side. And I'm not talking about Tree Rollins or Bill Russell as player coaches, but there might be a little bit, what more can you do? Is instead of me having an undrafted free agent on the team, can I get a veteran who could maybe help out and help coach on the field if our coaches can't get out there? You know, Warren Beatty, and this is a big left turn, but Warren Beatty was nominated for 4 Best Actor awards. And then in 1981, directs the movie Reds and wins Best Director out of nowhere. And everyone's like, Best Director? Warren Beatty's an actor. I look at guys like Jason Peters, who forever has been a tackle and is now going to play guard for the Eagles. And everyone says, well, that's weird. Why wouldn't he just play tackle? Don't worry. He will still be coaching Andre Dillard, and he will still be on the field playing almost multiple roles because the young gun needs to learn how to play tackle, and we need you at guard. So I think it's going to be all these backup quarterbacks that you see in the league. The Ryan Fitzpatrick's helping Tua, as they always would, but it would be almost more of an additional role because there is no preseason. There is no real training camp. During the season, veteran players are going to have to wear multiple hats and help out those young apprentices. I think we're going to see a lot of guys play even bigger roles than they usually do and do a lot more than what they're paid for. Coaching is going to come into play in a lot of these position rooms where all the coaches can't get everyone together in the same building.
Totally agree. Coaches are paramount this season more than any other. Schrags, how are coaches handling this, though? Because, you know, the bag is out. Everybody knows the book is out on these different offenses, what they do, their strategies, the fact that Bill Belichick likes to practice with the different teams in training camp, the fact that he likes to, when he takes across-the-country trips, stay there to acclimate to what that might be like in a playoff or Super Bowl situation. This is unprecedented. Their strategies here, what the Saints decided to do in sort of making or creating their own bubble, if you will, are coaches trying to keep it close to the vest, or are they reaching out and helping each other through something that's this serious?
I don't know if there's as much, you know, what are you doing and information sharing, but Kay, you're spot on. I mean, Sean Payton has 180 employees staying at the Lowe's Hotel in New Orleans for the next 4 weeks, while other teams are saying, okay, we're going to take a different approach to this. I would say this. When it came to the draft, every GM I spoke to was like, I don't know how this is going to work. It makes no sense. We don't have pro days. Draft was great. Comes to this, a lot of different approaches, but I think these teams are going to pull it off, and the coaches are learning on the flies. And guess what? Everyone's on the same plane. Everyone's equal. No one knows what the right answers are. We're just going to have to go and wait and see.